Good morning and welcome to Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens, where we explore the behaviors of organizations that actually influence how people interact, how people perform, how people excel, but most importantly, it influences the results that the organizations really achieve. Because everything resolves and evolves and is influenced by the people. And so we want to talk about and explore those behaviors because I think sometimes we don't understand that we are actually stuck. We're stuck and we don't even know we're stuck. And we just keep moving and those wheels keep spinning. So, when I thought about this topic this morning and what came to mind, I recently had the opportunity to visit an organization that I used to be a part of. It was actually a church that I was a part of, and I was the youth director for quite some time there. And I was coming out of the sanctuary, and a young man who grew up in the youth ministry while I was there was visiting after finishing his master's degree and everything, and he saw me coming out of the sanctuary and said, "Miss Owens, you're still here?" Can I tell you that that punched me in the gut like it was like a sucker punch to me. I mean, it was like, "Miss Owens, you're still here?" It's not like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you," which I'm sure he was because I know he loves me, but it was like, "You're still here." Now, from my perspective, I've been doing things, I've been influencing, I've been changing the trajectory of some of the young people by my influence to them, what I was teaching them, what I was bringing to them week in and week after. But to that young man, I was stuck. And so, what we have to do is realize we could be doing a lot, but are we getting anything done? And more importantly, are we getting the right things done? So, don't think in the way of being stuck as if I'm not moving, I'm just standing still. I'm there's nothing going on. There's no thought process happening. No, there can be lots going on. You could be doing a lot of thinking, but if it's not fruitful and if it's not yielding you the results that you need and that you desire, then you're stuck. And I was stuck. I was doing a lot in that ministry. I was doing a lot for those young people, pouring out probably more than what I should have been pouring out to them at the expense of my own family sometimes. So let me just be totally transparent. And so when we do that, we are literally stuck in a paradigm that we need to figure out how we get out of. And leadership, regardless of, again, what type of organization you're in, we can do a lot of activity, have a lot of process, have a lot of things, movement, but are we making momentum? And if we're not having any momentum, then we are literally stuck. So, good morning to all of you who are joining. If you would share, subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel, Yvette C. Owens. I'm hoping to build up that audience there and that subscription. I know you're listening. If you would subscribe, it would be so helpful. Share this post, share this podcast. Download the podcast for those of you who are listening on SoundCloud or iTunes or iHeart Radio or Amazon Radio. All of you who are listening, um, share, because there are too many of us that are stuck. And even in this time of the great resignation and people really thinking about what they have to do, where they have to go, what they want to do. Really, it's that great resignation is more about people just deciding to leave and they don't want to play in the sandbox anymore. They're taking the time to stop and listen and evaluate what's going on in them and around them, and they're making more conscious, intentional choices. And so that's what I first want to encourage you to do when you are stuck or when you have just been and you're just moving. And again, if you don't take the time to stop, and that's my first point, stop. Just stop. doing what you're doing and evaluate, listen to what's happening around you, listen to what's happening inside of you, and then decide what are the real results that I want? What are the real results that I want my organization, my team to achieve? Are we doing that, or are we just being busy being busy? When we take the time to listen, and those who I work with, I not only give them the tools that they can listen to themselves internally as a leader and their behaviors and become very intimate with those behaviors, but I have the tools so that they can listen to those in their organization, because you have the results you want to get to, and you may even have a strategy. But if you're not optimizing those in them who are coming alongside you, or if we're not listening, taking the time to listen on a regular basis to those who are coming and helping us to work that strategy to meet the results, then we're missing, as we've seen, and you may have seen this through your travels and through what you've been watching, that picture of the iceberg, where on top of the water is just a little piece of the iceberg. It might seem big, and it is, but underneath is far more ice, a part of that iceberg, than what we see on the top. And in organizations, there's far more things working, and there's far more dynamics happening than what we see. And if we don't take the time to stop and listen and compare those to the results we want and the strategy we are using to put in a proper action plan. And those who work with me know there is a huge difference between the results and just going after the results. There's a huge difference in going after results and having a strategy. And then there's an even greater difference in having a strategy and an action plan. Too often, where we get stuck in organizations is we know the results we want, we have a strategy, but we have no idea how we're going to get there. And if we don't have change leadership in place, that we can literally change from where we are to where we want to be, we end up in that spinning wheel, kicking up a lot of dust and a lot of dirt and a lot of mud, and that's not getting us anywhere. We're literally in a crack. We're in a hole. We're stuck. And it's time that we become unstuck. So how do you do that? You become aware of your behaviors as the leader. You become aware of what's the type of strategy you want. What's the behavior of that strategy? You look at what's the type of team that we have and who's on the team. Can I optimize, and how can I better use those people and engage them? And I don't mean use them in a negative way. I mean, how can I better engage those people on my team so that we're achieving the results, because we're now working on a real strategy and we have an action plan to get there. And it doesn't have to change because you change leadership. If your strategy is strong enough, and if where you're going is where you want to go, no matter who's in charge, if that's a commitment of the organization, then if you have a strong enough action plan and you know how to engage the right people and empower them, whether they're already in the room, they're in your building, they're across your enterprise, or you have to hire them, whatever, you have a real plan for those who are going to partner with you. When you have all that working for you, then you are no longer stuck. You're no longer stuck. And those who work with me have that ability. We help them get unstuck. So the first thing is be aware. Hey, I'm stuck. I might be doing a lot, but I'm stuck. The next step is let's figure out, make sure you're solid on the results you want to achieve. the strategy that you're putting in place, and you've included those people who have to help you create and make those results, you've included them in building out that strategy. And then you have a solid action plan. Those who work with me can see all those elements coming together because they are change leaders and they have people in every right place that helps them achieve that strategy for their organization. If you would like to work with me and you want more, you want to hear more, you want to see more, you want to understand how this can work within the context of your organization, reach out to me. I'm happy to work with you. You can reach me on thediplomatchronicles.com, destinyspeak.com. You can reach out to me at Vision to Reality at destinyspeak.com. Let's get moving. Let's get you unstuck. Whether it's an individual, you as an individual and your path for greatness, or it's an organization and your team's path for greatness. We don't have to be worried about what's happening in the marketplace if we're taking action to make sure that we're making the proper changes and leading ourselves and our organizations along the way to continue to stay steadfast, be stabilized in the environment that we're creating so that we can achieve the results that we want to achieve. My hope is that this has been helpful for you. And again, reach out to me. Let's work together so that we can help you optimize, make the best use of those who are around you, make the best use of your time, your talents, your gifts, because we all need to be in the best environment, the culture where we all can thrive. All of us can thrive. And that is such a magical place when your goals, personal goals, and the goals and vision of the organization all come together and they collaborate and they converge together to achieve greatness. Reach out to me. Share this because there's somebody in your world who needs to know, hey, you're stuck, but you don't have to stay there. Enjoy your day, and remember, together, you can't do it alone, but together we achieve a culture where everyone thrives, everyone's empowered, everyone can be their best, and we together see the results that we want to receive. We want to see, we want to experience, we want to celebrate. I can help you. Reach out to me. Let's get going before the end of the year. Have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a grand weekend. Bye-bye.